I do not understand. I still do not understand, after 8 years, why you put yourself in physical pain to run a marathon when all you get is this little medal and a t-shirt. You spend $75, about $75, you know, and then spend 5 hours running on a track. I don't get it. I don't get why somebody would put themselves through that much physical pain.
I think I continue to do it just because I enjoy coming to hang out in Houston with you guys, and it's an accomplishment that when you tell people you've done it, they say wow. And also when you say you've done it 9 times, 8 times, whatever, they're just really like wow, and you continue to do it. And they never really care how well you did it or how terribly you did it. They're just impressed that you did it and made it. I mean, they don't even ask you, like, they're not worried about did you make it in an official time, or they're like, and it took you what, 2 weeks? I mean, they would be impressed. I've had people ask, that takes you like what, 2 days? It's like, no, 6 hours. And they're just like, oh, that's unbelievable, you know. So it's something cool, and then spiritually, it's just it's a journey, and to complete it every year kind of makes me say to myself, well, you know, if I can do this willingly, then I can do anything as far as submission to the Holy Spirit or to God and what I believe. And that's easy, because I mean, this is physical torment basically that you put your body through, simply so somebody will go, wow, I'm impressed that you earned a t-shirt.
This weekend, it's about the same weekend every year, and it's turned in. It's not so much about the marathon as it is just about our friendship and how, like, we get together and hang out and we have a great time. It's the one weekend in the year that no matter what's going on that weekend, I know Deke and his family are coming in for the marathon, and that's what we got to do that weekend. Now we track you. I personally enjoy tracking you. I like, okay, he was on an 8-minute mile, you know, that means he's going to be about here. And so we get there and we set up, we usually drive a place, get there, and we wait for about 15-20 minutes, and you kind of jog by. Every once in a while it'll be 30 minutes, but it's on average 15-20 minutes. I like seeing you in the journey because I see you in different stages. What amazes me is most of the time when we see you, you're smiling, you come over and talk to us. Yeah, well, you know, I'm hurt. And I'm like, dude, I'd be so out of breath. I would just come over. I've never seen you just come over and just stop, put your hands on your knees, and oh, you know, you're always standing upright. You're always saying like, oh yeah, I'm doing good. You always pick up Jenna. You're always doing good.
They had a Jack Russell Terrier dog and puppy right down there on the corner. Not too bad.
You were right up there.
I found $6 while I was running, and I've been holding it, and I lost it in the porta potty. And when I turned around, I was like, I don't remember which one I went in. See y'all later.
Later, Deke.
For 26 miles, your body is telling you, man, this is stupid. What are you doing? I mean, you're playing mind games with yourself. Your feet hurt, or if your shorts aren't swinging right, or your shirt feels weird. I mean, there's all kinds of little things your mind is constantly telling you to just quit for, or this is dumb. What are you doing? Just quit and go home. Stop putting people through the agony of waiting on you to do this or whatever, you know. And so it's a journey because you're constantly telling yourself, no, I'm gonna do this. I want to will you to do this, and you're gonna surrender to that, and we're gonna go do it. And I don't care if you hurt, I don't care what I have to do, what kind of physical pain, short of death. I'm not gonna kill myself to complete this thing. As far as a journey, it's just for 26 miles. I mean, it's a journey. I mean, some people I've talked to, they're like, I don't even care to drive that far in my vehicle. It's a hassle. And so to run, walk, push a wheelchair, which some people do, I mean, everybody's on a different journey. And if you interviewed 20 different people, you'd get 20 different stories as to why they did it, what motivated them to get to the finish line.
I feel fine, but I hurt.
Where at?
My legs.
Yeah. What's the best part of the race so far?
The beginning.
Why?
Because I wasn't hurting then.
Good luck, man. Keep it up.
See you
Looking
later.
good. Looking good. The one thing I admire what Derek does is I admire how every year he knows this is something I'm doing. A couple weeks before, he may not do all the training that everyone recommends, but he knows that, hey, I've got to do this much to get ready at least this much for the marathon. And that is something that really touches my heart. And I'm like, man, the self-discipline it takes to take that journey on the marathon, the self-discipline it takes to force himself to keep going every year, does something to me. It makes me feel inspired. So every year after the marathon, I feel like, you know what? I do need to straighten up. I need to straighten up my personal life inside. I need to straighten up what's inside of me and become more self-controlled. You know, control my emotions. Don't get mad at this person. Don't do that. I need to have more self-discipline inside. And what Derek does is he shows that self-discipline by training himself and forcing himself to go on. I need to apply that self-discipline that you see externally. I need to apply it internally to my self-discipline inside. And it's a great way to start the year, because every year it's like a New Year's resolution. Every year I get a new year to kind of start up. You know what? I do need to reapply that self-discipline.
Not everybody has to run a marathon to have these personal journeys or whatever that I've talked about. It could be anything that you do, as long as it's a goal that you set for yourself, and then make sure that you achieve that euphoria, even if it's just experienced by yourself. It's something that can't be replaced, and it's something that that you can keep forever. Nobody can take it from you. You know, it's like a little kid, the first time they color a picture and stay in the lines. I mean, they're so proud, and adults are kind of just like, yeah, that's great. But to that child, that was like the greatest thing up to that point that they had accomplished, and that's basically what happens to me every year when I run a marathon. So,
can you think of any better ways to spend 5.5 hours?